But the reality is that imposter syndrome is lying to you, and it's costing you your dream. Hi folks. If you've found this video, then the chances are, like me, you've considered starting a YouTube channel and you've been thinking about it for quite a long time. And you've probably watched a lot of videos that are all about making YouTube videos and starting channels. And you've probably watched countless videos about why, having the right gear shouldn't stop you, or not having the right gear shouldn't stop you from starting. And that's absolutely right. I'm filming this on a phone right now with a cheap microphone. It's that's right. Gear, or lack of the right gear, shouldn't stop you. What's more likely stopping you at this stage, if you've watched enough of these videos, is imposter syndrome. That voice in your head that's telling you that you're not qualified enough to do this. You don't know enough on your subject matter, or I'm too old for YouTube, or I don't look good enough to be on YouTube, or sound right, or people won't relate to me, or whatever it is. There's all this internal dialogue that goes on in our heads, and it applies to everything. Not just starting YouTube channels, but being comfortable speaking in social settings, in front of big crowds, giving presentations, having difficult discussions with your boss about getting a pay rise, or asking someone out on a date. Imposter syndrome creeps in everywhere, and it's no different with starting a YouTube channel. And the reality is that I think everyone faces these battles. It's not unique to you. But the reality is that imposter syndrome is lying to you, and it's costing you your dream. Your dream of starting a YouTube channel, and trying to evolve that into maybe a business. It's most people who start YouTube channels now, I think, are generally looking to start a business, to forge it into a business and grow a personal brand. Now, maybe you're not looking to do that, and that's okay. YouTube is whatever you want it to be. But for a lot of us, it's about trying to change our life. It's maybe trying to break away from our kind of regular means of making a living, and becoming independent. And more often than not, the thing that stops people, I think, is themselves, and the kind of negative messages that we tell ourselves. So if that sounds like you, then this video is for you. It's me to tell you that, look, I've been there, and not so long ago. I'm not that long into my YouTube journey, and I've had all that self-doubt, and part of to kind of really drill that point home. I'm filming this outside. It's the first video I've done outside. I'm just going out for a walk, but that introduces a level of discomfort for me, because so far I've recorded these videos in the privacy of my own home, where no one can see me doing it. So it just goes to show that I've still got imposter syndrome, even though I've started. But you only get over that by just starting and doing it. I had all the same doubts that I talked about, that you've probably felt as well, and that held me back. I should have started before I have. But now that I have started, I'm not looking back. I'm enjoying it. The channel's growing, albeit slowly right now, but that's typical of most new channels. So yeah, don't be put off by it. Just start. It's okay to put yourself out there and give yourself permission to not be perfect. If you're waiting for perfection, or you're waiting for this super confidence before you start, then you'll never get there, because you don't get there without building up and practicing. you know, you will only build that confidence, and you'll only get good at it by doing it and practicing it and honing your craft. The only difference is that you're putting it out there for everyone to see, and for everyone to see that process. But it's a journey, you know. It's not, you're not trying to sell people a polished end product. You know, you're taking people on the journey with you and allowing them to see you grow and to improve, both in confidence and your delivery, you know. So yeah, if you're waiting to get that confidence, it's not just going to magically appear in your head. That voice in your head isn't going to suddenly start telling you that you're perfect and that you're good to go. So you just have to start and just ignore that voice and just say, I'm going to do this thing. And, you know, tell yourself that it's okay to not be perfect, you know. I don't have to be amazing at this. I just have to be starting and improving gradually as we go. It's agile, you know. We just start and try and introduce improvements with each video. And if you can do that, keep on topic, keep into your niche, give value to people, then you'll be fine. So that's all this video was really about. It was just, you know, if you're watching this and you've watched loads of videos about starting on YouTube and you still haven't done it yet, then it's likely imposter syndrome that's holding you back. And I'm here to tell you, you shouldn't do that. You know, you just have to start. I was exactly the same, and I've started, and I feel good about it, you know. And my confidence is already improving. When I started the channel a few months ago, would I have come out and done this? No. Like, even though there's not that many people around, I wouldn't have done this because I didn't have the confidence. But now I do. You know, I'm still not comfortable, but I've at least done it. I've started to record outside. So yeah, that's it. Just don't wait. You know, imposter syndrome is lying to you, and it's costing you your dream as things stand. You know, but your dream is within reach, but you have to start. So that's a thought for today. I'd like to just give a shout out to Rob the Maritimer, who is a great YouTuber based in the gorgeous Nova Scotia. And he's a real inspiration to me, and he's what has inspired me to do these kind of walkie-talkie videos. So obviously it's a bit different to what I do normally. So yeah, I'd appreciate any comments, what you've thought about this video, about the different format. You know, if this video has resonated with you and, you know, you've got reasons that you're holding back on starting on YouTube, you know, don't be shy, put them in the comments. I promise I'll reply to them all, and together we can figure out why it's stopping you and what you can do to try and get past that and just take the leap. Sorry, it's getting really windy. I don't know if that's coming across. You know, so if this video has resonated with you, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it the thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, you know, maybe consider subscribing to the channel as well. I'd love to bring you along in the journey and pass on these words of wisdom, and, you know, the tips and tricks that I learn along the way. You know, that's the point of this channel, is to pass that on to you guys so that you can learn from me and, you know, hopefully hone your craft and grow your channel. So anyway, that's it. So I've spoken for long enough. I'd say if you like it, give it the big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So have a great day, guys, an even better week, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.